Why? Why did I decide to do this challenge and torture myself with it? Why? Hi everybody, welcome to my channel and welcome to a new build challenge. Today I'm going to be attempting to furnish this house by using only one item from every pack that I own. So I have already built the base for the house, including doors and windows and floors and wallpaper and everything like that. So I'm not going to be including that in this challenge because it is already hard enough as it is, especially because I don't own every pack. I actually own 20 packs, and that is including holiday celebration. And I'm also going to be adding one base game item, so that means that I'm only going to be using 21 items in this entire build. And I think we should start with the kitchen because that has a lot of appliances and we need to make sure that we can actually have all of them in here. So these are all the non-base game appliances and counters and stuff like that I have. I don't particularly want to use base game yet because I feel like that might come in handy later, especially if we're like making a bathroom or something like that. So that means that the kitchen sink is already decided because there's only one, at least from the packs that I own, and that is the one from Cool Kitchen Stuff. So that also eliminates everything else that is from Cool Kitchen Stuff. I also don't particularly want to use the City Living stove because it is the worst quality that is in the game. It looks kind of gross and it also sets on fire all of the time. So I don't really want to submit my Sims to that. So we might want to eliminate that one too. So that means we have a Parenthood stove because that is the only one left. Let's remove all the Parenthood stuff. The fridges are a bit weird because these two are kind of like industrial looking, so I guess that means that we have to go with the City Living fridge, even though I don't particularly like that one that much. So then these are the counters that we have left. Only one comes with a matching cabinet, but obviously we can't use that as a set because that would mean I am using 2 items from every pack, and that is not the rules that we're going by. So if I want to use cabinets and I don't want to use a base game one, this is the one that I'm going to be using. And that means, very unfortunately, that for just the kitchen we have already used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packs. Oh my god, how am I even doing this? I will put the icons of the packs that I own and the packs that I already used on the screen somewhere so you can kind of follow along with what I've already used and what is still left for me to use. I'm also going to be using the same items multiple times. So once I have chosen the item that I want, I can then duplicate it and just place it down a bunch of times. It's a very traditional house and this counter is very modern, so I think I'm gonna change the swatch so it at least has more of a wooden feel, and then hopefully there is a cabinet that somewhat matches. I think that kind of works. Or maybe this one actually. This might match even better. Maybe just do like 2 stoves because then at least it takes up some space. And we can do like a fake island because these are not island counters. We can use that, but we can just kind of smoosh them together and pretend it's an island because that fills up the space. That actually helps a bunch. I am still not sure if I like this color. Do we go for like the lighter one? Does this match more? I completely forgot about trash cans. We definitely need a trash can somewhere. Oh, and I really don't want to use base game yet because I just feel like that we need that for like a bathroom somewhere. So maybe we use a get to work one. Well, at least it's a fully functioning kitchen that fills up the space. It is not my favorite kitchen, but it's something. I think maybe next is a bathroom because that is another room that we need fully functioning. So these are the options for our bathroom essentials. The toilets are going to be quite easy to eliminate because I'm not using stalls or whatever this toilet is from Get Famous. So that means that we are using cats and dogs for our toilets. So then we have a bunch of showers. I actually don't mind this shower from Discover University, but I think we can use that pack for later. I don't like this shower from Outdoor Retreat, so I'm going to remove that. And then we have 2 showers from Get Famous that I actually don't mind. So I think we might be using Get Famous for our shower. And I again didn't really make this very easy on myself by building fairly large rooms. But I was thinking that we could maybe use the sink and the counter from the kitchen also in the bathroom, because that will save us some items and also fill up the space quite nicely. It is very clearly a kitchen sink, but we're just gonna roll with it for now because it will save us a full item. Let's see what mirror we want up here. Maybe the one from Seasons. I do really like this mirror. We can give it like a nice brown color that kind of matches everything. I can place the counters over here. Maybe later on we'll have some more like decorations and stuff that we can place in here. But at least we have the essentials. That is pretty important. So for the bedrooms, I actually have two. One master and one kid, teen, whatever you want to make of it. But for these rooms, I was actually thinking that maybe I could use two single beds and kind of shove them together into a double bed. Because that way I can use one bed for both my double bed and my single bed. Because if I just take like this basic Discover University bed and I just kind of smoosh them together, it kind of works. I don't know. I don't think that looks awful. I'm also slightly scared about the television and the computer. We have a Discover University laptop, but we can't use that because we have already chosen this bed. And then the television, I have a Get Famous one. I have a City Living one. I have a Get to Work one, but I have already used all those things. I haven't used Movie Hangouts, and we could potentially size this down. Maybe that works actually. And then we can use a base game computer and we're sorted. Let's see if there's like a living room set we can use. We also need to use spooky stuff at some point. I don't know what I'm gonna be using that for. Do we have a living room set that we haven't used yet? We have the Get Together, maybe. Out of these options, I think I'm gonna go with the Get Together one. Let's see if we can find a dining table and a chair. What packs do we still have left? Not many. If spooky stuff pack, my favorites. Luxury party, also not a great table. We could do backyards. But see, I wanted to use the table for a desk too. Maybe bowling? This is quite a nice table. This is gonna be such a weird house. It makes no sense, like, style-wise. Any chairs from packs that we haven't used yet? Luxury party again. Outdoor retreat. I don't really like any of these. Oh, vintage glamour. I do like these chairs, but again, so modern. I mean, we knew this was going to be like an eclectic house when we started because so many packs in so many different styles. We could switch some things around, potentially, especially the mirror, because that is a Seasons one, but do we really need it to be Seasons? And we do have some nice Seasons chairs and also some nice Seasons tables. I love these chairs too from Discover University. Like, this would look so nice. But then we have to change the beds. And I don't know if we're able to do that. This is such a weird table for what we're trying to do. Could use the outdoor retreat one. If you don't look too closely, you don't see that it's a foldable table maybe? Or we go back even further, right? We change the couches from Get Together to Seasons, which also has some really nice couches. And then the mirror we remove. And then we have Get Together. And that is actually like, that has some good tables. This one maybe. I do really like this couch. Maybe the blue. Get some color in here. All right, and then we need more mirrors before I forget. So we need a different mirror, which could be vintage glamour. Maybe we do go for the vintage glamour ones. But that does free up Get Together for us, which means that we can use a table, which there are many of, including maybe this one that I actually quite like. And this could be a desk. It's not ideal as a desk, but it could be a desk. And then we're back to chairs, which we could also do get together for, but then what table are we using? So now we're struggling with our chairs again. What packs do we even have left? We need a kind of neutral looking chair because I also want to use it as a desk chair. Like it needs to have multiple purposes. Do we go back to like the beginning? What did we use Parenthood for? The stove. Right. I don't know. We could change the shower to... what could we change it to? Like, if we can kind of get over that this is technically not a real shower, like it's a camping shower, it doesn't look terrible. It also brings some more rustic elements into the bathroom. And then we have used outdoor retreat, and then we can use get famous for the chairs. Does that work? Do we have chairs? We do. We have many chairs. Many chairs that are really nice. That is great. That's totally worth using the get famous shower for. And then we can use this, which I don't think will look terrible. Maybe in this corner over here, and we can put a computer on there, and we have a little desk. A base game computer, and I'm doing like a really good one because I can. Actually, maybe I think a better idea is to use the like very expensive City Living computer, and then we can change the fridge to a decent base game one. Kind of just switch it around. We could also use a really nice base game one, actually. We might as well. So then I think we have all the essentials, right? Like, it's a functional house. So now we can kind of focus on decorating. Maybe like an accent table or a side table or something like that. That would be really nice. Let's go back to the garden and kind of place down the things that we have. So there's a couple ones that I already know that I really don't want to use. Spooky stuff, like, I don't hate these. They could just pass as a somewhat normal side table, and I really don't like that one, so I might just use the spooky stuff side tables for the bedrooms. If you don't look too closely, you don't see that the cloth is just like completely broken in a bunch of places. I feel like that is okay-ish. So we'll remove this one because we have used spooky stuff. Let's see what else we have in holiday stuff. It's mostly like decorations. We could use the picnic table. That might help us because we also have like a huge backyard that I have no idea what I'm going to put in. And other than that, I don't really know what to do with it. I would also love at least one plant. That would be great. We have luxury party stuff that I also don't really know what to do with. This ottoman I quite like. We could use this. I'm probably going to use the ottoman. Let's use the ottoman. So I feel like that can go like in a couple of rooms. A bedroom, for example. Like this could really make it look like a master bedroom. We also need curtains, by the way. That would be really nice. If I could use base game for that, that might be the best scenario, is it? Because we have so many differently shaped windows that it might be nice to use a panel like this. So we can kind of just like cover any type of window. I think I'm going to have to use these curtains. We need a bit of a switch. We need to switch some things around. We have base game curtains now, which means we need City Living fridge again, even though it's ugly. Then we need to remove City Living computer. We can replace it with Discover University laptop, which then means we have to remove the Discover University bed and hopefully find something that we can replace it with. Vintage glamour, maybe? We do have this bed, but we could just put this in here and kind of call it a day. It's a bit weird. I mean, that's not as terrible as I thought it would be. It's definitely like more of a guest room than it is anything else. So then we have to remove the mirrors. Really switching things around here. Do we even have mirrors then? Because we've used Vintage Glamour and we've used pretty much every other pack too. Okay, Vintage Glamour's bed, we cannot use that one. That one is impossible. We need the mirrors. So what else can we do then? What else do we have? What beds do we have? What else do we have for curtains? We could use these. I do really like these curtains. But then what television do we use? Because I don't have any televisions. What if we use city living television, which I like more anyway, base game fridge, and then movie hangout curtains, which are really nice and very versatile. So then the only problem is that we're still dealing with the bed situation. So we have actually like replaced everything for something better. We just don't have a bed. I think it needs to be vintage glamour, but how do I fix that? How do I get mirrors? This is so difficult. Why is this so difficult? Why? Why did I decide to do this challenge and torture myself with it? Why? Different table again? Are we going back to the bowling day table? Because we do have a get-together mirror. It's not my favorite mirror, but it is a mirror that we could use. And I mean, like the Get Famous chairs are also a little mid-century modern, so it kind of matches. Or the backyard one. But do we want that? Because it also needs to be a desk. And this would be perfect for a desk, honestly. Like much better for a desk than it is for a dining table in this house. Like for a desk, it is perfect. So at least we have that going for us. This looks so much like a desk. So then we have the vintage glamour bed, which is quite nice. I do like this bed a lot. And I think it fits for both like a master bedroom and like a little bit more of a relaxed guest bedroom or whatever you want to make of it. And then in here, we can use like a bit more of a fun color. A nice mint or maybe just a blue. I do like the blue. But we can put an extra desk in here. We can reuse the desk and put that in here. And we can use the blue swatch. Maybe the black chair, blue swatch. So what do we have left? Because I want a plant and a painting. One that I can just reuse in the entire house so it has some sort of decoration, even if it's the same one for every room. Backyard stuff we haven't used, romantic garden we haven't used. We do have a nice painting in backyard stuff, I believe. Yes, I do really like these, and there's multiple swatches on them, so we can have some different paintings in different rooms. So that would be nice. But then what plant do we use? Because I don't think the other ones have plants. Do they? It would be so nice if we could use a plant. But like how? The only like thing I can think of is removing the cabinets from the kitchen. Because that frees up spa day for us. And that one also doesn't have paintings, but it has plants. Not very great ones though. If we remove the cabinets, let's see how that looks first. Because it is possible to have a kitchen without cabinets. Like, we could do that. And then we could also change the counters. Because we could use the spa day counters then. And in that case, we can free up Perfect Patio. And I don't know what it's in Perfect Patio, but there might be something good in there. For example, plants. Yes, that is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. I love that plant. I think that works much better. It's a little empty. I would have liked some cabinets, but if that gives us a plant for pretty much every single room, that is going to be so worth it. That is going to liven up this house so much. A little bit repetitive, sure, but I think it's worth it. Maybe even one in the very empty bathroom that we have could work. That is so much better. Maybe we can even get the spooky stuff end table and put it in here. That helps. That livens it up a little bit. We could also grab a couple of spooky stuff tables next to each other in the hallway. So we have a tiny little table. And then we can use the get together mirror that we chose. And put that in here. Maybe without the spooky stuff and tables, but the mirror is quite nice in there. We should put the paintings in all of the rooms, really. We can just have them on every single wall. Like, just adding this makes it look so much better. Again, it's a little bit repetitive, but I feel like this is kind of the only way to do it. I don't think we can make space for 2 different paintings in this house. And then the plants, maybe I can put some different places. We still have some room to just repeatedly place it down. Definitely in the dining room. We could totally put the ottoman in the hallway too. That would fill up some space. That is something you would put in a hallway, right? And maybe we can place the ottoman again. Maybe if you put that over here actually, and then this in the corner. That is actually really nice. I think we're filling up this house really nicely. What if we put the couch in the master bedroom? We have room for that. We can do like a little seating area. We can just put like 2 of them even. What if we move the bed over here then? Do we want that? Plant in this corner or somewhere. And then what is a nice color for this room? Maybe a little purple just to add some color, and it also slightly matches the bed. I think that is it for the insides. If only I actually did own all the packs, then I could have done a rug and probably much more. But it is more challenging this way. But first, we somehow have to figure out the backyards. Why did I include this? Why did I? Do we have plants or a tree or something in romantic garden? A couple, actually. Do we want to use our only item from this pack on a landscaping item? Because I kind of do. Just don't know which one. I do like this plant, but can we use it over and over and over without it looking weird? I think maybe the only plant that we can use over and over and over are these really, really small ones. I think maybe I will use this as my only option, and then we'll use the picnic table that is apparently in holiday stuff, which I never knew. And we can also use these couches. I have seen them been used outside before. I don't know if they're meant to be outside, but they can be used outside. Why did I make this so big? It's huge. Do we make it smaller? I'm never going to be able to fill this much space. This is better. I need it to be like this, otherwise I'm gonna lose my mind. Let's just see what we can do with terrain paints, because those are technically not items. Then I guess finally from romantic garden, we will use one tiny little plant. We will use that to somehow fill up the entire garden. In no other universe would I have made a garden like this. I am at least glad that we somehow filled it up a little bit. I guess we can put a couple more of those little flowers in front of here. Obviously, if I had the freedom, I would have placed some bushes, probably a tree or 2 on this lot, but really this was our only option. And then we'll terrain paint a little bit under there. There we go. It's actually quite cute. I mean, usually I wouldn't just place these kind of like wild looking flowers in front of the house, but I particularly don't like the backyard. These flowers are creeping me out, to be honest. The house is, I mean, for the limitations that I placed on myself, this is a great house. Alright, that might have been the most difficult build challenge I have ever done. So I'm glad that the house is functional, that it looks okay, that we have everything in there, and it somehow worked out. So that is it for today. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like these. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye everyone!